What is up, guys? Welcome back again. This is it. This is time. This is our moment for our finale. Oh god, that sounded like our intro for our Hacker's Memory Let's Play. Anyway, that was weird. We are here, guys. It's finale time, and I have never been more excited to record a session of Digimon in all my life. But here we are. We have got so much stuff to get through today, so I'm going to just jump straight into it. Daryl and Kay are at the end of their life cycle. They have been fantastic Digimon, the strongest Digimon we have had so far. Absolutely incredible. 2 Holy Knights. Couldn't have asked for better at this point of the series. But anyway, it is time for them to pass on the baton, if you like, or pass on the mantle to our next set of Digis, okay? So I'm going to quickly pull up the poll that you guys voted on Twitter, so here we go. For everybody who voted in the poll, we got 108 votes this time around, which is pretty good for our series. I was really pleased with that turnout. So if you guys did decide, this poll was way back, about 20 episodes ago or something at this point, probably more than that. But if you did vote in the poll, thank you very much. It looks like you guys have decided that Voltorb or Kokomon is going to be our first egg, so I'm going to swing around to this guy. Looks like for this dude, we are just going to have a fresh Digivolution, so there's no bonuses or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take Kokomon. And a name, I forgot about all this. Let's pull this over so you guys can see it. I've not thought about what we're going to call this guy, but the name that's just came into my head at this moment in time is going to be McDuff. So we are just going to go with that. Slightly ridiculous, but McDuff is going to be an absolute badass in absolutely no time at all. So now that we're here, I'm going to quickly just keep you guys for a second longer. I promise we're going to get knee deep in our training in just a little second, but obviously here we have a bit of a generation gap between our two Digis. So if I plonk myself down here, which admittedly is where I'm going to be spending a lot of the early part of this episode, then we can see that Kay is just about to pass away. Now he's making an absolutely bogging noise, and we will have a quick peek at the stats of McDuff in just a second. But I think in order to make sure that this process goes smoothly, we're just going to try and ease Gankumon a little bit more into retirement. Obviously, McDuff's going to go ahead and Digivolve before that because, you know, he has to have his moment of glory. There is so much other things that I want to talk to you guys about that we were doing just in the build-up of this episode. Again, not talk about it too much. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I know we've done so much talking over the last 2 filler eps. So, yeah, there are some things I quickly want to show you just after Gankumon passes. So the quicker that happens, not that we're trying to shove him out the door or anything, but the quicker that we can make that go, the better. So here we go. Is this a Digivolution? This feels like a Digivolution, yeah. Alright, so before we know it, we've got McDuff's popping up to his, I think this is going to be Kokomon, right? This is going to be his second in-training stage. And then from here we are going to, okay, never mind, we're already Kokomon, we've went straight in Allotmon, so that was interesting. Alright, awesome. And Gankumon, you're finally passing away as well. Alright, cool. So Gankumon had a little bit of life left in him, which was pretty sweet. And I think we're going to, again, for the second choice in the poll, you guys said that Jijimon, the red egg, had 17 votes, and he had 16% of the poll, so we're going to select that one. He doesn't seem to have a buff either, but you know what, we don't give a shit. It's going to be absolutely fine. And this is going to be our second egg. So I'm really excited, guys. One other thing that you should know really quickly is when I was doing a bit of off-screen just before this episode started, we had an extra day, so I was basically just fishing with my Digimon. And before that, I also went out to Bonnie Resort, and I very quickly acquired Hide and Seek, which is this ability that you're seeing here. I got this from the Lopmon and the Blue Celebrum, I believe. So I just thought if there is a chance that we're going to encounter some Dark Digimon on our Digivolution paths to Megas, we should have that because it's quite an important ability. So I think that with all this being said, we have McDuff, we now have McRuff, and these are going to be our 2 finale chappers. So McRuff's got a bit of catching up to do, but I'm really excited, guys. As I said, our bits are way up to about 200,000, so we're sitting on a pretty healthy starting point for our funds. Obviously, we did so much training and off-screen kind of chit-chatting with you guys. Not off-screen, but on-screen chit-chatting with you guys and training. We grinded up our money for this Digivolution bonanza, this training spree, this hyperbolic time chamber fucking mess that we're about to throw together. We wanted money, we've got money. We also wanted Tamer XP, we're very close to getting that up again as well. We have 13 points, we're going to spend that as we go. There's so much that we have to get into, guys, so I'm going to shut my face. We're going to get in our finale. Here goes nothing. Enjoy.
myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing alone, but it's like I couldn't see straight on my own. When I fall, we start again, and when I feel like I'm just dead, and when I call, it comes again, and now I see it's in my head. Yeah, there's something that saves me all the time in myself. Yeah, it surfaces when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I got something to share, like a whisper in my head, when I'm unable to speak.
Welcome guys to the heart of the training montage. We now have McDuff and McRuff respectively in their champion forms. We have Wizardmon on the left and we have McRuff as Birdramon on the right. It's early days guys, but so far I'm feeling confident. These guys are looking good. I'm gonna keep going.
It's my light. When I fall, we start again. And when I feel like I'm just dead, and when I call, it comes again. And now I see it's in my head. Yeah, there's something that saves me all the time in myself. To myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing all alone, but it's like I couldn't see straight on my own. Hey, yeah, there's something that saves me all the time in myself. Yeah, it surfaces when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I got something to share. Yeah.
Alright guys, it is finally time. Welcome back. This is us. I've done so much hype in this episode. We've done so much build up, but I hope you enjoyed that mini montage that we had there. I guess it wasn't really, it was like a mini montage, normal montage, whatever. Here we are. Let's get down to the nuts and bolts. So we have to establish the fact that McDuff is now a Seraphimon and McRuff is now a Phoenixmon. Now I'm gonna get I'm not gonna sit around here for too long, guys. I absolutely promise. But there's a couple things I want to mention. Is that I didn't know McDuff and McRuff were gonna pop into Seraphimon and Phoenixmon. Obviously, when I was digivolving these guys and training them up, I kind of steered them towards pools of Mega Digivolution that I would have liked. So obviously, before McDuff went into his Mega, there was like 4 options that I really liked that he had access to, and McRuff obviously had a few options, so I'm not really sure what else McDuff could have went into. I think he could have went into like Cherubimon, Marine Angemon, and then McRuff on the right hand side, he could also go into like KaiserGreymon, I think, because he came naturally from Angwamon. I don't know, I didn't really play about with the dojo too much, but I'm very, very pleased with these guys. We do need to have a quick look at their abilities, because now that McDuff is in Holy, he has access to the Ice move tree, the Holy move tree obviously, and the melee tree. Now, I will change these moves up a little bit once we get into the dungeon. I don't want to make our guys too brokenly overpowered right now because I feel, I can't tell for a fact, but I'm pretty sure these guys are going to be pretty strong once they get in the final dungeon. So for the time being, let's just put on like a couple of weak moves, which I know is counterintuitive, right? You guys will be like, Jag, what are you doing? Get your big dirty moves on. I mean, let's look at McRuff here, right? He has access to all of the fire tree, almost all of the thunder tree, and a couple of holy moves himself, being a phoenix. So again, I'm going to just equip a bunch of kind of smaller moves, and then we'll buff these guys up a little bit when we get into the latter parts of the dungeon. Otherwise, I feel, again, I'm not sure, but I feel they could just go in here and absolutely demolish. So what we'll do is we'll put on some weak moves to begin with, and then later on we will take off the training wheels, so to speak, and we'll let these guys go full Rock Lee. Alright, so for the time being, McDuff and McRuff are ready. I am going to go back into my system settings and I'm going to turn my music volume back up to what it was. I had to tone it down a little bit so I could chat with you guys in the pre-Infinite Cauldron build-up. But anyways, we've done enough messing around. We have items and stuff, but I'll show you guys once we get in. Here we go, guys. Finale has officially started. Kind of. We're a bit deep at this point, but you guys get the drift. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Infinite Cauldron. Just at a glance, if you guys have never been in here before in this game, it is obviously very, very reminiscent of the first Digimon World 1. Again, that has been a recurring theme throughout this series, where, you know, there's a lot of similarities in this game to that game, but the Infinite Cauldron and the final dungeon is one of them. Again, you've got this kind of virtual reality where you're walking on these kind of green squares, everything's tiled. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. Here's Miri. Thank goodness, looks like we can still send and receive signals. I mean, Miri, if you wanted to ask us out on a hot date, you didn't have to invite us to Infinite Cauldron. Is this where you take all your fly honeys? Or just us? I don't know what's past here, so who knows how much help I'll be. I like how Miri's all like serious and stuff. She's like, Wolfie, come on, focus, we're trying to save the digital world here. I'm just like, come on, man. I'll analyse the data from your Digivice in real time and follow you as best I can. I can't tell you not to worry, but you're not alone. Do your best, the world is in your hands. Not alone? Bitch, I know I'm not alone. We've got McDuff, McRuff and the YouTube crew here. We're going to be absolutely fine. So, check this place out, guys. I'm going to do one last pause, and it is to quickly show you guys one last thing. This is what our items are looking like at this point in time. We have a ton of large recoveries. We even have super recoveries. I stocked up in the bank before we came here. I didn't think you guys would want to see that. But obviously we have all the essentials, autopilots, porta potties. We even have some remedy discs, a couple of bandages, just in case things go awry. But for the most part, we're okay. I will lastly draw your attention up here somewhere over in this direction towards our triangle of bond between us and our Digis. Now, McDuff and McRuff have been undergoing a lot of restaurant trips. We have been putting our fat stacks of Digiskrilla to good use and have been buffing up the bond between these two guys. However, pay close attention to the fact that McDuff and McRuff both do not have 100% bond with us yet, and obviously, as you guys know by this point, that means that we do not have EXE available to us just yet. Now, I thought rather than wait about in the restaurant on these guys to get hungry or pitch a 10 or do anything like that that could have increased our bond, we're just going to go through the Cauldron, and as battles occur and as things go on, we will naturally get that bond up to 100%. So we've got a couple of things here. We have our first challenge in in layer 1 of this place. We have Sorcerermon on the left and we have a Wizardmon on the right. Now, normally these guys are really good training partners to tangle with, and they might even be able to give us our holy moves that we are sought after. But right now we firstly have to speak to this guy because Devimon is here. He is obviously the most important character in this screen, so we're going to chit chat to him. I imagine you're itching to go on ahead, but if you want to pass, you'll have to defeat the Digimon before you. Bitch, I fucking hope so. I've been gearing up for this shit, son. You better have the best fucking assault course of Digi battles waiting for us, because I'm hyped and I'm ready. We have been preparing for this shit. I imagine you're itching to go on ahead, blah blah blah. We just said all this. I bet you're thinking, is it just one opponent? What's the big deal? Surprised? Dude, there's no way we are that naive at this point. We have so much Digi experience, alright? There's no way that there's just you waiting between us and the final credits, Devimon. Now you're thinking, is this still some... Devimon, shut up. Get out our fucking way. We know you're the fucking... This guy's like the noob at the start of the battle. He is the lowest rung on the ladder, and so we're just going to get through him. Now, it looks like Devimon brought some of his Digi-cronies with him, and we are going to kick our first battle off in Infinite Cauldron as a 2v5, okay? 5 Devimon, level 41, again, McDuff and McRuff. I expect that they are going to have zero problems in here, but you never know, we might have to toss out some recoveries here and there. I will show you guys some ultimates in due course. I will show you guys the limit breaks, show you some of their moves, and later on we will equip their big badass moves. But for the time being, we will just kind of keep an eye and let these guys roam a little bit because they are rather majestic. Looks like, yeah, McRuff here is actually getting pushed close to the threshold of being injured. So I'm just going to chuck a couple large recoveries at her, make sure that everything is going okay. Because as ridiculous as it is, for me to talk these guys up so much, to take an injury in the first battle would be a bit embarrassing. But we have the supplies. We will obviously encounter some bumps and bruises along the way of this place. This is, as I said, the final dungeon. Things in here are going to be rather tough, but I think we can manage. I didn't want to overgrind our dudes, but at the same time I thought it would be so sucky to get halfway through here and realise that we weren't strong enough, and for that reason alone, these guys are going to be pretty cushy. I don't know how they're going to fade up towards the latter stages. We may end up having to take a trip back to the city, sleeping, regaining EXE, and then coming back in, but I'm going to hope that we can do this in one take, in one sitting, in one adventure. We have our tent maxed out, it's back to full recovery, so we can stay here as long as we like. As long as we have the resources, we're going to just try and push through it. I don't get you humans at all. You act all reckless, but it's like you're hiding something. But what? What are you talking about, Devimon? Just go back to the city, go and open up a candy shop somewhere. We could fight against the Sorcerer and Wizardmon, but I think we're going to have enough battles in here for us to be kicking about with those guys. We might end up training against them later on. I did actually mention Wizardmon, I think, at some point in one of my guides for training, because these guys can be pretty useful. Anyways, let's move on. We're into layer 2 already, which feels really, really good. And inside here, we have moved away from the wizard kind of theme of the first layer to the angel kind of theme, where we've got a bunch of Pedalmon here, and we also have this big bad boy over here. Is this Magnet Angemon, I think? Now, these Pedalmon are going to aggro us, I think, guys. If I remember correctly, everybody in here is pretty aggro. No? Yeah, okay. We're going to fight both of these guys at once, get them cleared out of the way, and hopefully pick up some holy moves, because as I said earlier, these guys can actually teach us holy moves, and as we have Phoenixmon and Seraphimon, then naturally we want to be picking up some of those. The one thing, when I was training, I tried to grab a couple of moves. You guys all saw we fought against, what moves did we pick up? I can't remember. It's been a few days for me, guys, because I've been doing a bit of grinding over the course of this week, but we picked up, obviously, Gigawatt Laser from Metal Tyrannomon in the Logic Volcano, and we picked up another move which has slipped my mind for the time being, but it'll come back to me later on. My point is that it's quite difficult in this game to find holy moves, because there aren't a lot of late game holy Digimon that don't reside inside this dungeon or in the post game. So in order for us to unlock some of these holy moves, it's quite tricky. Now, as I said, I hope that some of these dudes can give us one. If we could get it straight away, that would be fantastic. But then later on in the dungeon, there will be other Digimon who can also give us some holy moves too. So we're just going to go with the flow. If we pick them up, fantastic. It will give us a little bit more power to play about with in the later battles in this place. And if not, then you know what, we can always come back here later off screen or at some point later on in the future. I'm not sure. Now, I'm building Infinite Cauldron out to be this massive deal, guys, and obviously it is not the hardest part of this game, as ridiculous as that sounds. After we finish final Infinite Cauldron, the final dungeon, and we complete this area, there is a ton of post-game stuff to do in this game. Now, we'll touch a bit more on that later, but if some of you guys are thinking, Jack, if you're getting hyped up for the final dungeon, be careful about the post-game Digimon, because obviously they are much, much stronger, just like any other good RPG. But anyways, we'll come back to that there. I am aware that those Digimon do exist, but anyways, let's see. Did we get any moves here? We do. Perfect. Wow, I actually didn't think that was going to happen. We pick up Saint Shield, which is obviously a holy move, sounds like some sort of defensive ability. And we can't pick up this recovery item because our backpack is too full. Maybe this is a good opportunity for us to actually do something else here. Like, I'm gonna ditch one item. I don't want to get rid of the soft. I don't want to get rid of the pumpkin. Let's get rid of all the cob. Oh, Digion War 1, perfect. All right, now this is a good point to catch you guys in with something real quick. Tamer skills is a topic that I always spend a lot of time on, and don't worry, I'm not going to spend ages in here, guys. I will pick up this this upgrade for our backpack, I'm pretty sure, just in case we do encounter other items in this place. We have a lot of points to play about with. We gathered a lot of points up while we were training. We even took some points in here, and I think we could probably grab something else to just help us out with the final dungeon. Now, obviously, it would make a lot of sense to pick up Absolute Focus occasionally negates the MP cost when partner attacks. Do we want that? I don't know. I also wanted to grab this at some point, range expansion. Items thrown in battle fly faster and reach your partner quicker. That is a must-have in here. And 16 points, absolute focus. I mean, sure, let's just grab it. It makes sense to have this for the final dungeon anyways. And yeah, why not pick up range expansion as well? Sure. Cool. So we've pretty much maxed out all of our resources. We're in tip-top condition and I'm really, really excited. I need to calm down actually, I'm doing a lot of talking. But anyways, let's talk to Magna Angemon here. We had Magna Angemon when we were training. But yeah, this is obviously a rare random Magna Angemon. Please, you there, I need your help. So when I first played this game, I actually couldn't speak to Magna Angemon at this point. I didn't have enough Digimon recruited in the city, he just ignored me. So if you guys are playing through the game and you speak to this dude and you haven't done things exactly as I have done in your Let's Play, then don't worry about it. He will sometimes tell you to piss off. But anyways, you can come back and he should do things like this. So I sensed a great number of malicious beings and answered the summons of I answered the summons to purify evil and came to this world. Faced with the wicked power drifting in the infinite cauldron, my body was ruined by the interdimensional trip. Alright, so it seems like this guy's in a bit of trouble, which means we aren't going to be fighting this dude. So we're going to say you got it. Now what this guy actually needs, if you didn't know already, Magna Angemon actually needs a large double disc. Now I brought that specifically, I brought the item specifically for this guy. So let's have a quick look here. I think that's what it is. Have I done this wrong? Please bring me a large double disc before I disappear. So I think because we have that, we can immediately interact with him again. You brought me it? Here's one. I never had any of these on us, guys. We never had any in the bank or anything. But if you go to the lab, you can actually get Gardramon to make you one of these as long as you have the right ingredients. So luckily we save this guy. We give that. He sticks it wherever he sticks it to make it himself feel better, and he joins the city. So we just picked up a really, really powerful ultimate Digimon. Inside here we actually have Meteormon as well, who is a good Digimon. He actually can give you a bunch of moves if you don't have them already, probably fire moves. So if you haven't picked up like Magma Bomb or things like that yet, he can probably teach you those. Maybe he can teach us some other things that I've forgot about, but we're just going to keep moving for now. All these little battles we're going to have to take anyway here and there, so when I can avoid the extra ones, I am going to do that. So here, in the next area, I think this is layer 3 at this point, we have Metal Mamemon level 42. This guy is fantastic for teaching you machine type moves, but we also have another couple over here that we're going to ignore Metal Mamemon for just now. Here is BlackWarGreymon and BlackGarurumon. This is the very same pairing that we have fought throughout the series. We haven't really tangled with them too much. The first time it was in Mudcape, excuse me, and the second time was in Floatia X Machina. Now, the Floatia X Machina time, we actually fought against them in the training montage, which you just saw, so you guys will have been seeing that mere moments ago. But anyways, they are back yet again, and this time they are in Mega form. Now, this is a very, very tough fight, so we need to be careful here. I just realised off the top of my head that I didn't actually bring any stat buffing items with us to this place, guys, which is a bit of a mistake because I had tons stocked up in the bank ready to go. And yeah, that's kind of awkward because some of those attack boosting moves would have been super, super useful to us. So I hope I don't regret being a dumbass and forgetting those. But anyways, let's see what these guys have got for us. You will be very pleased to know that, well, first of all, they drop limit breaks on you here and there, which is something to consider. You guys will be pleased to know that we don't have to fight these dudes 3 times. Wow, you really hit me with a double wombo? Holy shit, is that gonna get that might actually take fucking Seraphimon out of the game. Yeah, it does. You fucking see what I'm talking about, guys. This game is ruthless. Now, if the game would let me have control of my Digimon, there we go. Fucking hell, I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna tell you to defend my friend so that you don't die, and then I'm gonna regen young Seraphimon back to full here. Now, it is likely that Seraphimon does actually take a hit in the background here from some sort of AoE, so I'm just going to make sure that he is topped up. Obviously, I'm giving you guys a lot of fill in. It's been a few days since I've recorded, guys, so I'm in this kind of hyper state where I want to chat to you about everything that's happened. So forgive me if I'm talking a bit hurriedly, but I should be paying attention to these fights so that we don't end up throwing, because that is a possibility, especially if I don't keep an eye on the 2 limit breaks of the enemies that we're fighting against right now. Let me go down here again. So these guys use Nightmare and stuff like that, so you have to kind of be aware of that shit. I'm going to drop the double limit break, and you guys are going to get to see, hopefully, one of these dudes getting taken out of the fight. We have Starlight Explosion and obviously Strike of the 7 Stars. 2 very, very insane moves, very, very popular in the series. I don't know if that hit both of... I I don't know if that hit both of the guys, but here they are. These dudes are hitting us with their limit breaks once again. So I am going to be careful here. Phoenixmon looks like he's going to be in a bit of trouble here, so I'm just going to tell these guys to double defend. And yeah, I'm just going to toss a couple of large recoveries at these guys. I didn't want to have to use so many of our super recoveries so early, so that's why I'm kind of playing things a bit cooler just now, guys. And doing things a bit more slowly. I'm going to be doing a bit of inventory spamming throughout this place, as you guys will imagine. Obviously the fights in here are some of the strongest, so yeah, that's something that's going to be happening from time to time. I'm waiting on WarGreymon to use his limit break. There it is there. If you guys are, if you pay attention to these kind of things, you can always... I can't block anyway because Phoenixmon is angry, which might mean that we end up using another revive here, which would suck. No, luckily she hangs in there, which is good. I think she actually did get her block off. I'm not entirely sure, but we've already used 10 recoveries in this place, guys. So yeah, we should be careful here. Maybe I was being a bit ambitious when I was putting on the weaker moves and stuff, but I think we are just getting through this fight without too much trouble. The sooner we can kill this Garurumon before he drops a limit break on us, the better. And then before this fight ends, I will actually just toss one last... Did you do it again? Dirty bastards. What's that, like 5 times? Jeez. Alright, Phoenixmon's going to be taking a bunch of pain, and because of that, I'm now going to have to throw another large recovery at her just to make sure she doesn't get an injury, but there we have it. The Blackosaurus fight, guys. Blackosaurus and his friend, whatever Black Garudamon's nickname is, I can't remember. I think you might just call him Blackie. I don't know. Sounds borderline racist to me, but regardless. We get through the fight. We pick up 11k and 200 Tamer XP. Beautiful. Let's see what these guys have to say. We lost. Is this it for us? Now, something special is going to happen here, guys. I'll just let it happen, and then we can talk about it after the fact. So, BlackWarGreymon is here. No, not yet. There's one last hope. You're right, our last resort, and then this happens, okay? Now, if you played this game before, like me, I scraped through this fight with an EXE fight the first time I played through this game, and then you win the fight, and then this happens, right? And you're like, wait, holy shit, do we have to fight them again? I've just used my EXE, we can only do that once a day, and then this happens, and you're like, oh wait, hold on. But, funnily enough, what actually happens is these guys then split apart again, and you don't have to fight OMEGAMON. That's not even OMEGAMON's Wart D, that's like Omnimon, whatever, Alter something, I don't know, the dark version of Omnimon, okay? It didn't last long, so these guys obviously the game kind of memes you there, because it's like, oh, you're going to have to fight this guy now, but you actually don't. So I don't know why that's a thing. I wondered if maybe like on hard mode you actually did have to fight him or something strange like that, but I don't think that's a thing. Anyways, BlackWarGreymon and Black Metal Garurumon here finally admit you're the strongest combination. That's clear. We admit it 100%. That makes us the world's number 2, and they're happy with that. So these guys are going to bomb off. I'm going to try and get away from Metal Mamimon. Luckily, Phoenixmon is a big boy, and so or a big girl, and she can ram him out of the way. But yeah, Blackosaurus and his friend, I don't know, these two Metal Digimon, Mega Digimon, they don't actually end up joining the city, I don't think. They just kind of wander off into the world. I'm not sure if they make a reappearance somewhere else, I can't remember, but regardless, we don't have to fight them again, and that is that. I kind of hoped that they would join the city, but apparently they don't. Again, they are different type versions of other Digimon who do join the city later on, so yeah, spoilers. Metal Mamimon here, we could fight this guy again for some machine type moves, but I'm pretty sure we have everything that this little gentleman can give us. Maybe I could actually quickly nip into the move department and quickly have a peek at those, because I should be aware of what abilities we are missing and what ones we are, like, what moves we can or can't pick up, basically. We're still missing the final ice move, the final evil move, the final holy move, and a couple of these ones here. Now, extreme poop death, we can get in here. We can also get this ability in here, and I'm pretty sure we can get these two as well. About the ice move, I know where we can get that anyway, so we don't have to worry about that too much. We did pick up Scent Shield, which is kind of cool. Maybe we can equip that later on. And yeah, for the most part, we'll leave things as they are for now, in case. Just keep going, alright? Layer 3 of Infinite Cauldron, Dunzo. Let's see what's up next. The early part of this episode was quite slow, and in terms of getting us prepped for this. So here we have a Warusijimon kicking about, level 43. Now I actually think this guy might actually be able to teach us the final dark move. Or is it hide and seek? There's another powerful move that we already have called hide and seek, and I think it's actually that ability that he gives us. Yeah, this place is looking pretty dank. I should say. A lot of steep edges here, spinning shit going on, but anyways. Let's go over here because we have a special Digimon to interact with. This is obviously AquaMon. Are you a human? And like every other bug Digimon in this game, the dude talks in caps. Must just be a theme amongst him and his people, whatever reason. For whatever reason, I don't know. I have not seen you before. Why are you here? Let me explain. So I guess we convey everything that's happening. We have this lady back at the city who has big boobs, glasses, a briefcase. We have a Jijimon, we have a Taomon. They're all pinched together to help us save the digital world. Blah blah blah. We're here to kick an evil guy's ass. You know the drill, AquaMon. I'm pretty sure you've watched the other Let's Plays at this point. Maybe that human is further ahead in this area. You would go and defeat them, wouldn't you? In that case, you and I have the same goal, but don't think I can trust what you say like that. And apparently, even though we have the same goal, and the fact that AquaMon agrees with our intention, he still wants to put up a challenge and see how we get on. Now, unfortunately for young Aqua here, he is only a ultimate Digimon, and therefore we are going to have zero problems dealing with him. Unless I am much mistaken. He is level 42, and he has this ability to debuff us, but I think that this guy is going to be a piece of cake, in all fairness, which is a shame, because we have a large part of our hearts dedicated to AquaMon and AquaMon and McBug. So, yeah. There is a powerful move, and if we didn't have that already, we would have been able to learn that here. That is the Earth ability that we got from Blue Meramon. Anyways, we pick up 8k from this guy, 100 Tamer XP and little stats, and unfortunately he can't teach us any more moves. So, AquaMon, what is up, dude? Sorry that had to happen, but you kind of charged us a little bit. We're on a rampage right now, dude. You have to understand that when we're like beelining it for the final boss, right? And if you get in our way, we're just gonna have to fucking slap you out the road, even if we do actually love you. I feel so refreshed rather, after fighting you. Maybe I'll go and check out Floatia. And with that, the big dude goes back to the city, which is great. Now, this area and some other parts of Infinite Cauldron, guys, you will notice that there are these kind of mini platforms that don't necessarily have Digimon on them. So, for example, see directly across there. I'm not going to zoom it in or whatever, but well, Phoenixmon, you're spazzing out right now. There is like a platform with no Digimon. That is because later on in the game, these areas will fill up with new and improved boss battle Digimon, if you like. Okay, so if you see any bits right now that are looking kind of barren, looking kind of bare, and that Digimon might or should be there, it's because later on there might actually be a Digimon there. So there you go. Layer 5. Some of the deepest parts that we're getting to at this stage, guys. We have, who do we have here? We've got DataMon, level 43, and over here we have a Platinum Numamon as well. So, DataMon, we don't really want to fight you if we don't have to, little buddy. We've helped one of your... Oh, okay, I guess we're fighting him anyway. We have helped one of your friends back in the town, and he has helped us, so can't we just make a truce, no? So right here, guys, this is a good opportunity for me to talk to you. That ability that he just did there, and... you know when they cast out the big long blue line? That's Gigawatt Laser. I grinded for like maybe like 20 minutes IRL trying to get that in our montage. So for you guys it was like maybe 10 seconds long, 20 seconds long. That took me so fucking long to get that ability from Metal Tyrannomon. I didn't even need to grind it because we didn't end up with two machine wielding power Digimon. Okay, our Digimon are fire and holy, right? So they don't actually need Gigawatt Laser, but I thought, you know what, we're grinding, we had some time to kill, we had a lot of our stats already at a high point, and we were ready to go into, like, what was it, Mega at that point, Ultimate maybe? I think it was Ultimate. I thought, you know what, we're going to try and pick up this move. It took me so many times to reset that motherfucker inside the volcano. But anyways, what I'm going to do here is, obviously our guys need fed, and we don't have EXE available yet because we're still at 99, we haven't had any bond boosting things happen to us just yet. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I am going to charge Platinum Numamon here before we eat, because Platinum Numamon can teach us a couple of holy abilities, and also this ability here if we are really desperate for it. That is Extreme Poop Death. We can learn that from her. But what I thought I would do is we'd fight her first, try and learn the abilities. If we don't get it first time, we will camp, we will feed, we will rest for an hour, reset the area, and then fight her again in the hopes of getting it twice. So yeah, if you are to come here when you have Ultimate Digimon, if you already have access to Infinite Cauldron, let's say you're training up your next group of Digimon after you beat the final dungeon, you can come back in here as much as you like. She is a fantastic Digimon to train against. So yeah. Definitely kudos, shoutouts to the little Platinum friend. If you look at this guy and all you see is Numamon from Digimon World 1 or any other part of the Digimon franchise, then don't be don't be mistaken, because this bitch will fuck you up. I mean, we have our megas. They are insanely powerful, much more stronger. There you go there. But guys, that is one of the abilities we're looking to pick up. I'm going to just keep chucking large recoveries at our guys here. In fact, do you know what? Let's just do 2 super recoveries here, because I think she's going to hit us with more big abilities here. Yeah. So what I should probably be doing right now is, instead of talking and yapping shit, I should probably be trying to get our guys to their ultimate abilities and trying to make these fights go a little bit smoother, because if I am clowning about too much, we're going to end up using all of our resources and then we'll be up the creek. So Starlight Explosion happens. That is Phoenixmon. That is his main ability. As you guys know, you saw that earlier on, but there we get to see it in all its glory. Anyways, let's see. So we pick up a super regen disc from this fight, which is very, very important. That's actually a really useful item that we don't have access to in the city. And we pick up a bunch of stats as well. So as I mentioned a minute ago, even though our stats are up at like the 5k mark, this Digimon is fantastic for coming in to train against. Once you have been done with your stats at OMEGAMON in the chapel at Bonnie Resort, you can come here. Let's see if she teaches us anything. We get Extreme Poop Death, alright. Not the one that I was specifically bothered about, but regardless, we also pick up Judgment as well. That's super, super convenient for us. So excellent. Let's pitch our tent as I was going to and feed these guys. Let's see. Fantastic, we get it first time. That means that we don't have to dick around here any longer. So that's good. Let's cook for these guys. So what we're looking for here, folks, I have brought the entire kitchen, everything but the kitchen sink, to be honest. Everything that can boost our, all these amazing ingredients that basically have boosts, okay? And the thing that we're obviously looking for the most is a boost to our bond. Anything that can boost our bond. Now, luckily, there is a ton of things that we can do in here. I guess we could make some sangria. We have 20 neon drinks and 10 cherries. That's going to put up our satiety, our wisdom, our happiness, and reduce our fatigue. So this is kind of ideal. I don't know why sangria is the thing for that, but anyways, these guys are happy. That should be them at max Digimon. So on top of that, let's just make a cube steak for the lads. Still don't see any critical cooking things, but you know, that doesn't matter. Do we want to rest here? No, we've just reduced all our fatigue, so that much is pretty much unlocked. We are good to go. Tense durability is level 5. Forgot all about you. Alright, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this, because I was just moving my curtain to try and get some more light on this bloody webcam, but we're going to fight this guy again anyway. I guess this is good training, and it lets me kind of relax a bit, because, as I say, I've been doing so much talking. Sorry to fight this guy twice, and really, we shouldn't be messing around in this area, because, as I said, our resources are... They're not finite, but if we want to do this dungeon in one sitting, then our resources are kind of finite, so we have to kind of be careful. Some of these moves actually hurt. Despite the fact that I am mocking Extreme Poop Death for its ridiculously stupid name, we have to be careful. Let's see if we can't see Seraphimon's ultimate. We do actually have access to EXE now, and our mega limit break, so let's just use that. Yeah, very pleased with how the guys are turning out, folks. Very pleased indeed. I thought we could have ended up with really crappy Mega Digimon, and that would have been kind of depressing. But regardless, we would have embraced McDuff and McRuff, whoever they were, right? But obviously, we're very pleased that they are 2 substantial Digimon. And actually, now that I think about it, 2 of my absolute favourite Digimon in the series. Again, like, Seraphimon was obviously an option when I was looking at the Digivolution things. And as I said earlier, we steered the guys towards those... that pool of Mega Digivolution with Seraphimon in it, but he could have also went into one of the other Digimon, so yeah, it is what it is. Very pleased. And obviously Phoenixmon, a bit of a throwback to Sam back in Digimon World 1. Feels really good. So here we go. Another super regen, loads of money, and Tamer XP yet again. Let's say thank you very much to Young Platinum here, and we will move on. I don't know when we're going to be changing up our moveset, guys, but we can probably do it as soon as we see somebody or a fight that it looks particularly threatening. Then we will maybe turn the gas up, so to speak. Who do we have in here? So in this next area, I don't know what layer we're on at this point. Is this layer? It just told me layer 6. So we have BlackWarGreymon here, level 45, and we also have a Lady Devimon over to the side. We've got a big empty square, what looks like some sort of fighting arena in the background there, some sort of platform, plateau, and then over here in the distance we also have a Sakuyamon. So, a lot of shit going on. Let's just talk to Lady Devimon first. What is up, yo? What is up, yo? Lady Devimon, that is a fantastic... some camera angle there. Her hand is looking extremely creepy though. She should probably eat a little bit more. Well, what do you have? What do we have here, human child? Did you come all the way here to see me? Now hold on. I don't feel like fighting you. Won't you listen to what I have to say? We're just like, bitch, we'll listen to your story as long as you agree to join the city afterwards. But you do work quickly, don't you? The boy Shoma asked me the same thing, you know. Wait a minute, Shoma was speaking to you? So obviously our main villain, our antagonist, has been waltzing through here, speaking to all these Digimon, probably beating them up just like we are. Still, he wasn't quite my type, you know. I play a little hard to get and he leaves without a word, so Shoma was obviously not putting up with her shit. He just put her hand on her face and was like, nah, sorry, don't want to talk to you. I hate being tied down, you know. I don't even want to know anything about your intricate fantasies, Lady Devimon. All we're here is to get you to join the city, alright? The city of yours sounds like it could be fun enough to entertain me. Still, I won't do anything I find tedious or boring. If you let me run my own shop, I guess I could give it a shot. Who knows what Lady Devimon is going to set up shop with at this point in time. Probably a fucking some sort of lewd sex shop or whatever. But anyways, don't worry, I really don't care about running my own place. I just wanted to, yeah, shut up, Lady Devimon. Just go back to city, alright? Thanks. We appreciate you, but if your dialogue lines are more than 10, then we're really, you know, you're whatever, even if you're looking that good. Anyways, we have BlackWarGreymon here. I don't think this guy can actually teach us anything important. I could be wrong about that, but I think we're going to bypass him. Again, we have this wide space here, guys. Rather ominous, wouldn't you say? Let's actually fight against BlackWarGreymon. It gives us another challenge along the Infinite Cauldron ladder, if you like. See what this guy's got, and let's see if he can give us any stats as well. Now, I am pretty sure, based on my prior knowledge investigating this game, that is a Nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. See, whenever it makes the dark kind of silhouette face, looks like the that paint in the Scream. That is what that ability is. But anyways, I'm pretty sure, based on my prior knowledge with this game, that when I was training and making my guides, BlackWarGreymon, despite the fact that he is down a layer of the Cauldron than Platinum Numemon actually acts as a much better training partner. At least in my experience. I don't know if that's always going to be the case, but I tend to find that Platinum Numemon lets you take your stats higher than this guy does. Don't know why. Again, that might differ for you guys in your game depending on what your Digimon are and stuff like that, but just keep that in mind. If this guy is harder to beat, I don't think he necessarily gives you that much better stats. I mean, yeah, based on everything I've just said, we don't pick up max HP, which Platinum Numemon was giving us, and he also only gives us 25 to our strength and stamina. It doesn't even give us 26 in the case of McRuff. So yeah. Okay, cool. No important moves to pick up here. We're gonna we have actually been transported to that little arena, which I was just talking about. I guess it wouldn't have made sense to fight BlackWarGreymon in this tiny little triangle of squares here, this little tiny bit, because then one of us, if not all of us, would have ended up falling off into the abyss, and if we can avoid that, I would definitely like to do so. So here's Sakuyamon. What's up, yo? Sakuyamon, another MVP from our Digimon Let's Play in Hacker's Memory. Really good for fighting bosses because of our ultimate, which I believe is called Amethyst Medalla or something like that. Hello there, you've come at a good time. My name is Sakuyamon. I have awoken for the first time in centuries and fear I am confused. I want to go to a place called Floatia. Could you guide me there? We certainly could. She's not even finished the sentence. We've got the map up. Here's where you are. Here's Floatia. You go around here. You go over the bridge. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, well, it looks like we've got a free recruit here. We're definitely going to say yes to this bitch. This is Taomon's Taoistic charm, is it not? Open up and boom. If it's to do with Taomon, we just let Taomon do those things, alright? It's all his stuff is weird shit. We just leave that to him. Sakuyamon, she's now speaking into the Taoistic charm like it's some sort of phone or something. Fine then, I'll go myself. And instead of going herself, she actually challenges us to a fight. I don't know what's going on here, but apparently Sakuyamon is one extra battle. Now, this is an optional fight if you're struggling with the final dungeon and you're just trying to get through as far as you can. You don't actually have to fight Sakuyamon if you don't want to immediately. I don't think she stops you. I don't think she gets in your way. And yeah, if you want to just progress past her, you can. So, obviously, we're not in the habit of backing down from fights and shit like that, though. So, we're just going to put her in her place, hopefully. And she will be one more tick on our list. Now, I would love it if Seraphimon would put the defense buff on Phoenixmon so that she takes a little, yeah, there we go, less damage from these hurricanes that Sakuyamon is spamming on us over and over. She then drops her limit break, which is Amethyst Medalla, as we just said. In this game, luckily, it doesn't actually remove our buffs, but it does actually do a substantial amount of damage to young Seraphimon in the back there, which is a bit painful. Phoenixmon now gets knocked on his ass as well. God, I would really like to get through this fight ASAP. Here we go. We should be close to our limit breaks here. If I get one more tick, we will be good to go. And yeah, another one bites the dust, I think. I don't know if this is going to necessarily kill her, but it should get her low enough for us to combo her and probably finish off the fight that way. There we go. Can we get the combo as predicted? Boom. Excelente. That's exactly what I wanted. McRuff was communicating with us here. 10k stats, 125 XP, or yeah, Tamer XP, and then max stats from Sakuyamon. Absolutely perfecto. So our guys are getting stronger. That's our stamina pushed over the 5k mark as well for both McDuff and McRuff. So we're getting naturally stronger even as we travel through the Cauldron, which is good. Taomon's doubted me for some reason. You guys have proven it to me. Times may change, but narrow-mindedness doesn't, says Taomon. He and I are from the same school of thought, you know. And I'm talking to myself too much. Fine. Well, I've finally gotten permission. I'll go head to the city. We gave you permission immediately. Like, what the fuck was all that about? I guess you had to clarify with the big dog, in this case, Taomon. I don't know. I feel like we kind of run the show and Taomon just kind of helps out from time to time, but regardless. Sorry, guys, I keep fiddling with my curtains. So I apologise for that, but I am aware that the sun is going down outside and we're slowly losing webcam visibility, but if I need to turn my little lamp on, I'll do that. Anyways, shut up, Jack. Shut your face. Let's concentrate, because up ahead we have what is obviously going to be a pretty important battle. Now, with that in mind, let us go into our attack skills and have a look at some of this stuff, because as I said a minute ago, we are going to be changing this up a little bit now that we have some more like ominous challenges, some more difficult challenges lying in wake. So let's see. We'll keep muscle charge on for McDuff, and now I think it's time for us to stop kind of beating around the bush. Now, judgment should go on. I also would like to put on ice statue because we've never used that before. Tailwind would probably be very useful as well. Saint Shield is not so, you would expect Saint Shield to be a defensive move, as I suspected earlier, but it's actually not. It's just a damage ability with the addition that angers the enemies. And obviously we should put on Fight and Aura because that is the strongest move that McDuff has available. So with that in mind, let's do this back to front. We'll put Fight and Aura in there. We will put Ice Statue in here, and then we will put Judgment in here. Now that is going to be a massive amount of mana used for McDuff. Now McDuff's mana is already high, but we might actually have to change this up again if this proves too difficult for us to balance. But for the time being, we'll leave that. Starlight Explosion is... I don't know why I'm reading that. McRuff's main ability. Let's keep this moving. Down here, we should put on Hurricane as a big move because we've never done that before. That would be really cool. So let's put on Hurricane here. We'll put on Flamestorm, which is a very powerful ability. And then up here, we could also put on something a bit more easy going. Judgment's going to be quite expensive. I don't know if we want that. Let's put on Flash. Or could we put on Magma Bomb? That is very tempting. Alright, let's do this. So over with McRuff, we have a combination of fire and thunder. Sounds super badass. And then over here with McDuff, we have a balance of holy, ice, and fighting abilities. So we've got a perfect balance here. It's pretty good. I think that is everything we need to do to prepare these guys. Let's go on. In fact, it's caught my eye that McDuff's HP is actually quite low. So we're just going to top this dude up a tiny bit. McDuff and McRuff. Both of you guys need a large recovery, so we'll give that to you. And then over here, McDuff, we're going to top you up a little bit. And then your MP is fine. McRuff, your MP needs topped up too. And like I said, I think as these battles go on, we are going to need more and more MP stuff. But anyways, let's carry on. 2 challengers await us. Let's speak to these guys. We have encountered these little fuckers a couple of times. I think this is Gaiomon and also Samudramon. Alright, so I don't know why I thought this guy was Gaiomon. My bad. Samudramon is the guy with the swords. You've bandaged up your broken heart with bravery, or is it idiocy? And now you stand before me again, bravo. Dude, this guy talks a lot of shit, man. I don't know if I like this guy. In recognition of your courage, I will grant you the honour of becoming a stain on my Kikurin, my sword. Kikurin, sorry, pronunciation. And it looks like this guy's going to slice and dice us. Kuhuzamon jumps in at this point in time, was like, wait a minute, Samudramon, hold the phone. These guys are still too low fish for us to deal with right now. It'll be done in an instant, the plan will be fine. Master Shoma's plan is absolute. It has no room for interference of your ego. So these guys are having a bit of back and forth. We can't leave anything about the plan up to chance. Then what do we do with this one? Measures are being taken, apparently. Let's find out what they mean by measures. Because as I said, Kahuzamon stops Samudramon from fighting us there. And it's because apparently the fucking... the Goon Squad is waiting on us instead. Alright, fucking let's go if you want. All I'm seeing here is 5 puny ultimate Digimon. If we have to 5v2, we'll do it. I don't give a shit. We're prepared enough, says Samudramon. As we should be. You have a long way to stop us, Wolfie, but don't worry, I'll deliver your requiem, bitch. I fucking hope so. I will hold you to that, motherfucker. And off they walk, swagging away like they own the place. We'll be there in just a minute, you better fucking believe it. Alright, let's go, guys. 5v3. Are we going to get in the midst of battle ourselves? Who knows? Wait a minute. Where the fuck did Miri come from? Miri, this is bad. So Miri has kind of been with us, like communicating with us this whole time, I guess, via her kind of hologram telepathic shit. But anyways, enough of that. Looks like we also have something else going on. Like we'll let you, says a voice from the back. Who on earth could this be? Oh, shit. Guys, I don't know if I feel guilty enough. I don't know if I want these guys' blood on my conscience. Hamari and Kota turn up now. This is really not the time, but whatever. Fine, all together. 1, 2, 3. Oh god. We got this. Get going already. Oh my god, they're actually doing something. Is this real? Galantmon? It didn't show you Galantmon actually taking anybody out of the game there, so we love you guys. We slag you all the time, but we actually love you. Good work. So it looks like these dudes are actually fighting the battle for us. We're gonna let them have it out. Wow, they're actually lined up identical to like it would be like some sort of hacker's memory battle or cyber sleuth battle. But anyways, Digimon World 2. Let's keep going. We're gonna let the dudes take over. If they die, which they probably will, you know, it's gonna be expected at this point, but you know, we'll hope that they manage for now. Looks like, anyway, their Mega Digimon were actually a little bit stronger than they used to be, so they've obviously taken influence. Maybe they've watched one of the training montages and taken notes, but Kota, Hamari, for the first time ever, we're going to salute you and leave you guys behind for a little minute. We're going to pursue these motherfuckers. I've been waiting for you, Wolfie. No need for words, you know what comes next. Light my blood aflame, lead my body in a dance. What the hell are you on about, Samudramon? Now join me in this frenzy of death. Kuzumon, you better join in as well, bitch. Don't think you're getting away with this. So here we go, guys. This is going to be one of our hardest fights up to this point. This is very, very tough, and so if I concentrate a little bit more than usual, don't be surprised, because as you can see, first ability that gets used takes Seraphimon down to half HP. It looks like he is going to be the focus of this fight, so for the time being, I'll let him do his thing, and hopefully we can actually start doing some moves back on these guys, because as of just now, up until this point, the first few seconds of this fight, we've been taking a lot of damage. These guys have a lot more speed than us by the looks of things, and obviously they can use limit breaks as well. So Will-O-Wisp Slash is used here. How much damage is that going to do to Phoenixmon? It's going to take him pretty low, so I'm going to just throw a super recovery at her. Hopefully that gets there in time. Sakuyamon hasn't used her limit break yet. And unfortunately I've lost control of Seraphimon here, as he has got this kind of nervous look on his, you know, like I forgot what it's called, but you see that little symbol there? I'm going to remove that from him, and then I'm also going to throw a large recovery at him. I haven't been able to kind of focus on our abilities and stuff like that just now, guys, because we have been kind of inventory managing 24/7. That is going to happen quite a lot in this area, as I mentioned before. We're going to get hit by another limit break, so you guys are starting to see just how powerful this area is. We might have to EXE here, but hopefully not. Phoenixmon actually gets taken out the game, so I'm going to tell Seraphimon to defend here. I'm going to use one of these super regen discs on Phoenixmon. Now, we picked these up from young... oh my god, okay, we're taking a pound in here. We picked that up from Platinum Numamon. I'm going to throw 2 super recoveries. Luckily, it gets there in time, and we do have our ability to wombo combo. I'm going to use another super recovery disc on Seraphimon. And hopefully we can actually get our limit breaks off here before hold on. Right, let's use 2 remedy discs. I'm going to try and clear, and then I would love to use my limit break here if I could. I don't think we're going to get to... These guys have got us in a corner, but we are whittling them down in the process, which is the main thing. Taking a lot of punishment, but at the same time... God, can you give me a break? There we go, finally. Can that just hit someone? I don't care who it is. Very, very relentless fight, guys. If I didn't mention already, this has been super messy, but hopefully this is enough to kind of push one of these guys out the fight a little bit. If it takes one out, that would be great. It looks like it actually hits Samudramon, which is obviously not the target we would have liked. Going to keep topping these guys up with large recovery discs here. And I actually think somebody's doing a limit break in here somewhere. Both these guys are doing a limit break. I think we got our defense commands off that time, so hopefully this is enough to block a lot of the damage. Yeah, it is. Samudramon, are you do... Or, no, she's not. I thought Kahuzamon was going in there as well, but she's not. Take a lot more damage there. I'm going to throw another super recovery at Seraphimon. Such a mess. But somewhere in amongst the chaos, we did actually manage to... we have managed to knock one of these guys out, which is a big plus. Now that it is down a 2v1, we can kind of relax a little bit. We should be able to get a lot more damage off. We'll be able to defend a lot more efficiently, and hopefully avoid any more mega ultimates that come through as well. So here we go. He's going to go aggro over here on Seraphimon, so I'm just going to wait. Use some order commands, which I haven't been doing enough of this fight, I know, guys. I'm sorry, I've just been concentrating on talking to you guys and using the inventory all at once. If I can time this fight in order properly, I was going to try and get Seraphimon's limit break off here so we could end this. Is that a mega? I don't know if that's a... Yeah, it was. Okay, good thinking, Jack. Got there in the end. Will-O-Wisp Flash comes through, but not before Seraphimon blocks. So luckily we take no damage there, which is important. And if I actually pay attention, as I keep saying, to the order commands of Seraphimon here, I should be able to get his limit break off here. He uses a buff, so he doesn't actually go in. That looks like a nice move, but I fucked up. It looks like we're at the end of this fight. I'm sorry I couldn't do that better, guys. Some of these moves I have never used before in this playthrough. I don't even know if I've used them before in my last playthrough, but some of the ice timing moves, that one there that Seraphimon used, I was not used to its animation, and therefore the timing by me on trying to get the order command was really bad. So forgive me for that fight. There was a lot of talking in there, folks. There was a lot of items being thrown, a lot of items wasted, a lot of missed order commands, but luckily we get there in the end. We get through the fight, which is important, and we didn't need to waste an EXE Digivolution. We're still hanging on to that just in case that the final boss is a little bit harder than that fight just there. And yeah, I'm glad we didn't have to waste EXE, because we could have done it and it would have made that fight a lot easier, but sorry guys, that's me. I'm comfortable now. Everybody relax. We could have got through that fight a little bit easier with EXE, but I wanted to save that. That's why we ended up using our items instead. So there was a bit of a spam there. It was not a clean fight, but that is one of the toughest fights in the game, especially in the main story. So there we go. We get through it. Good stuff. Let's see what these two fuckers have to say now that we've put them down onto the ground. Miri's here as well. My strength was not enough. That was remarkable, Wolfie. So we've got this... listen to this. Oh my god, this deep Japanese voice acting is obviously quite good. There's nothing stopping you anymore. Go on, see the new world for yourself. The new world? Bitch, what do you mean the new world? Obviously referring to Shoma's plan to wipe the digital world, as they always want to do for some reason. We can't let that happen, says Miri. You're too late. You can no longer stop it. No one can. I only regret that I cannot witness the birth of this new world with my own eyes, but I've still won. Kuzumon, shut the fuck up. Get out of here. You don't know anything. You're so stupid. Sorry, I'm getting a bit angry here. Let's go, Wolfie. We have to stop the AR plan no matter what. Roger that, boss. Here we go. So, with that, Kuzumon and Samudramon are donezo. We get through those boys. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Phoenixmon. Hey, Shadow Clone Jutsu, what's going on here? There is another Phoenixmon here, guys, but I think, based on how the last fight just went, I think we should just continue on with our main objective rather than get sidetracked, because if we end up wasting more items than we have, then yeah, bad things might happen. I'm going to dive straight into the next area and find out what happens. This is Infinite Cauldron, Core 00. We are at the end, guys. This is us, I think. We're heading towards what can only be Shoma at the end. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Sorry about that, guys. I have a lot of people in my house there, and I was rather rudely interrupted, but it's all gravy. It's all good. Let's continue. We've got this very majestic walk up to the main fight here. They're really built. They're trying to build the tension here, and by God, it's working. Up ahead, it looks like we've got Shoma and a OMEGAMON Zwart D standing beside him at his beck and call as well. Kind of terrified, guys. Kind of scared. Do we have the items that we need? I hope so. Let's stop talking. Let's get to it. Alright, Shoma. Finally, we meet you at last. We encounter you for the second time, admittedly, but now this time, we hopefully will actually get to challenge your ass. So you've come, Wolfie. I suppose they weren't enough to stop you after all. But that's fine. I've been thinking perhaps I could show this to you. Wolfie, are you alright? Kota and Hamari somehow make it through the fight before. I mean, it was Megas versus Ultimates, but they were outnumbered. Are we impressed or not? I'm not sure. We'll give them a thumbs up this time round, but don't tell anyone about it. So you've made it too. Although your partner seemed badly wounded, they didn't bring enough recoveries. God damn it. They had no money. They never win battles, so how would they have money to recover their Digimon? It makes sense. You saw right through us. Here we go. What's happening? Cutscene time? Alright, babies. Well, let's go. Oh, man. I'm excited. I'm also scared, guys. I'm also scared. I just have to show you all my discovery beyond altered form. Ultimate altered Digivolution. Dude, he's opening up his mind sweep save. Uh-oh. The big dude's not liking that. Something spicy's happening. Damn, this looks like some form of EXE, but really evil. What the heck? Oh my goodness gracious. So from Omnimon Zwart D into what can only be, well, I'll let it speak for itself. Holy moly. What a dank looking Digimon. Holy shit. Right, guys. I have something to confide in you guys right now. I don't know if this is the last fight or not. Okay? I don't know if there's a couple of rounds to this shit. And if we can EXE here or not. Because if I EXE and then we have another fight after I EXE, we can't EXE twice. So, I can't remember. But we're just going to go with it. If we need to, we'll try not to EXE. And if we need to, we'll just go for it. Okay? This is OMEGAMON, Alter B. My new partner, the lord of this new creation, who will smash open all gates between the parallel worlds. Alright, mate. So, Captain Big Dick in the background is apparently the tool that Shoma needs in order to open all the gates and shit. Cause mayhem. It was your partner who gave me the idea, Kota Hirose. So if you guys, well, Shoma's going to explain right now, but if remember when we were fighting Kota in Mod Cape, Shoma actually appeared to us very, very faintly. His silhouette was there and we heard him speaking, and he mentioned the fact that, oh, he said, interesting, so that is possible. Here it is here. Seeing an altered form that wasn't Machinedramon was a big clue about ultimate altered Digivolution. Did you see Yukimura turn into Skullgreymon? So not only is Kota causing us stress left and right, he's actually handing the prime ideas and tools to the main villain. I mean, Kota, if you were winning us back right now in terms of respect, it's literally getting flushed away right now. I learned that by breaking their minds, I could produce altered forms of Digivolution other than Machinedramon. And then I experimented with different methods of breaking them to see what they became. And following the conclusions I drew from my data, I broke OMEGAMON Zwart D. That's not something here. I broke OMEGAMON Zwart D. What in the world? So Miri's like, she's mega confused at this point, just like everybody else. You've all led me to such interesting discoveries, and thanks to all them, the AR plan, the Advanced Realm plan, will finally come to fruition here. What are you thinking? What are you trying to do by bringing the worlds together? Oh, nothing really. The quaking of the fools who crushed my dreams before as they faced the despair of death. So if you guys remember Kay from Hacker's Memory, he had this kind of feeling that because he was getting bullied, he was going to mix the real world with the digital world where he was really powerful, or in that case it was Eden, and he was trying to bring his like Digivolution persona to the real world so that he could be just as powerful there, and it was all because he was bullied. It looks like here Shoma, the quaking fools who crushed my dreams, something similar is going on. Suzuki, you're out of your mind. These two are finishing each other's sentences. Could be a potential coupling for the future. Breaking open the gates between the parallel worlds, is that even possible, says Miri? Even if you make the Enforcers Digivolve, you shouldn't be able to get your hands on that kind of energy. I can. Looks like Suzuki's freaking out here. The point of the BH program, to make all Digimon and the digital world itself into altered forms. I'll convert it all into energy and feed it to OMEGAMON Alter B. Dude, he's powering up, he's going full Goku right now. And now, OMEGAMON Alter B. Is this us? Are we finally getting to go? Devour the digital world and blow off the gates, keeping the parallel worlds apart. This guy pops off in the background. It looks like it's happening. Do we get to stop this? The energy is gathering. He's doing the spirit bomb. Get him now. Kick him in the balls. If the digital world is changing to its altered form, Wolfie, please stop him now. It gathers all that energy. All the worlds will be destroyed. Oh my god, this is getting intense. Shoma lets out a crazy laugh, as they always do. It's time. Do we get special music for this? Yeah, we do. Alright, let's see what this guy can do now. I am terrified, guys. I am absolutely terrified. Phoenixmon takes a hit there. We're going to just keep her topped up for the sake. I should have healed our Digimon up. What was I thinking? Alright, Magma Bomb lands. Phoenixmon gets a big boost. Nightmare comes through. We're going to just keep topping up our guys as we go. Try and keep them alive. If they go down in this fight, we are absolutely fucked. I should, as I said, I should have used an MP disc and stuff like that before, but I wasn't thinking. I was too excited. We're going to use some of our double discs here. Just try and top up our HP, keep ourselves safe. I think EXE is definitely going to be needed for this fight, guys. I don't think we can get through this. Although in saying that, our damage so far has been pretty substantial. Seraphimon, if you could get to your limit break, that would be perfect, amigo. Looks like Nightmare's going to come through as well, which means that Seraphimon is going to take another hit. I'm going to throw a large recovery at his ass. And here comes a limit break. Transcendence Supreme, or Transcendence Cannon, Supreme Sword. This is probably going to kill Seraphimon. Is this going to get? This is going to kill Seraphimon, isn't it? No, he fucking handles it like an absolute legend. Now, luckily, in that moment in time, the buff, the defensive buff from Seraphimon, or was it McRuff puts that down? I don't know. But the defensive buff definitely helped out there. We tanked that like an absolute legend. Seraphimon takes another hit, which is absolutely painful. I really don't want to be in this inventory as much as I am, but I can't really be helped at this point in time. Magma Bomb lands. The game's glitching out. Is he doing a limit break on us? No, he's not. There's the Magma Bomb. Falls from the heavens. Finally, I'm doing a terrible job at trying... That looks like a limit break. Is that a limit break? No, that's... Okay, wow. Interesting. I'm very, very nervous at this point in time, guys. I'm going to throw my large recovery over here. Magma Bomb gets dropped. Again, I think. It's taken a while to come through. I'm just going to keep spamming the X-Plan because it's very, very, very difficult for us to land the Seraphimon order commands right now, guys. I'm really sorry about that, but it's just because I'm not used to his kit and his abilities. So I'm going to keep an eye on him right now. He is debuffed, so hopefully when Nightmare lands I can get a buff there. We do actually get it through. I think we're going to EXE here, which could be a mistake. If this guy does have another form past this, and this is not the end of the game after this, then I am going to regret this so much. But we're just going to try our absolute best. Here we go. Let's find out what is our EXE Digivolution going to be for Phoenixmon and Seraphimon here. McDuff and McRuff. Let's see what they're going to become, because I have no idea who they're going to fuse into. We've had about three EXEs already, if you count the tutorial with OMEGAMON. We've had Chaosmon, and then we had Susunamon. It looks like now we're going into Imperialdramon FM, I believe. That could be wrong, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's what that is. Here we go. So we have our new form. Let's see what his limit break does. Let's see how much pain it puts on this fellow here. Boom the yada. Positron laser? Positron laser? I don't know. Anyway, it does a lot of damage. 12,000. But yeah. Looks like we're going to get a limit break thrown back at us. So finally a challenge for EXE Digivolution, guys. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. I'm keeping an eye on our healing items, and if I was a bit better at the game, I would have definitely told myself to defend that ability. But anyways, we are just going to give this guy all we've got. Hopefully we can get through it. And yeah, just pray. We have no buffs on us right now, and I don't know, can we give ourselves any buffs? We can. We can do Burning Heart. And we also have our special move. Why can we use that though? Oh, because the points hadn't came through yet. Okay, interesting. So before I use my limit break this time, I want to make sure that we can do Burning Heart first. So I need 175 in order to do that. So that's exactly what I'm going to... Is that a... It's another ultimate. Wow, you dirty bastard. This guy is fucking non-stop. Just like Kahuzamon and the other dude, and also the Blackosaurus and his friend, the limit breaks come through pretty rapid, guys. I don't know why you're flying through the air, but we're going to throw Super Recovery at you just to make sure that you're in a good spot. And we now have the combo that I wanted, so I'm going to do Burning Heart when we are not angry anymore. Can we... Okay, can you just not be angry, please? There we go. So Burning Heart, and then we're going to go into our limit break and hopefully get max damage off in this guy. This isn't going to be the end of him, but hopefully it's enough to get him semi-close. And then we need to keep a little bit more order points in case we need to defend from this guy's limit break again, because he is going to limit break us one more time at least in this fight. Let's see. There's Fighting Aura, which apparently is enough to defeat him. I thought he had much more HP than he did at the end there. What the fuck? Damn. We get there. We get there. Alright guys. Wow, what a fight. I think obviously EXE made us super powerful. We were super comfortable. I'm not going to pretend like we didn't have tons of items there. But if you are not at this kind of level, I would say that right now, McDuff and McRuff, these two guys are very, very buff at this stage. 5k, halfway to like the max stat. I think the max stat is like 99999 or something like that. I'm not sure if that was too many nines. Sounds about right. But anyways, these guys are really, really strong. But that being said, if like the fact is that even though they're super strong, they're still struggling. And without EXE Digivolution, this fight would not have been possible. We might have got him close, but think of all the regens we would have needed every time I missed time an ultimate, when he uses an ultimate and then I miss the block. Think of all the MPs and shit we would have needed. If we didn't have EXE, we would have been fucked. I think it's absolutely necessary to get through this fight, because otherwise you would really struggle. Anyways, we get through it. We pick up max stats, obviously, and we also pick up 33 grand as well. Just casual, as you do. Alright. Can almost help us afford one of Seraphimon's dishes, but let's see what's happening now. Victory music, boy. Let's go. Shoma, you little bitch. That's impossible. No, there's no way. This cannot be happening. So, as always, this guy's tripping out. A lot of screaming going on right now. Mamio's here. Mamio, dude, you could have totally helped us. We could have used a man of your caliber. Where have you been? Everyone, are you alright? You're too late, Mr. Mamio. It's already over, says Kota. I'm sorry. I left as soon as I sensed the strange event in the digital world, but... You, that brat from before, that stupid little brat who crushed my ambitions. So, we have a bit of a connection here between Shoma and Mamio. Suzuki, not again, not again. Wait a minute. Are we not done? We're not done yet. Vanishing. No, not like this. Help. Help, no. Uh-oh. What's happening right now? Shoma's going mega insane. Do we have another battle? I have no idea what's going on, guys. What was that? Could it be? Is he... Wolfie, use the antivirus program. Just bring them back to Floatia. Alright. Everybody relax. I think we're okay. The Enforcer turned into a OMEGAMON Order B now. And is reincarnation still possible? So because these guys have been beaten, obviously they would naturally transform back to egg mode. But Hamari's saying because this guy transformed in the middle into the new form, is it going to be possible for him to be reborn? Miri says she doesn't know, but we've got to try. We stopped the AR plan, but the digital world is still in crisis. Dude, this game is so bad at making me think that there's like more shit for us to fight, because we just wasted EXE, and if we had to do another fight, that would have been pretty traumatic. Anyways, it looks like everything's calming down. Touch wood, but I think everybody's kind of relaxed a little bit. Reincarnation is ready to launch. Let's hurry back to town. We're going to nip through one of Taomon's famous portals and jettison back. Looks like Shoma's semi-unconscious at this point. Wolfie, can you get the Enforcer? I'll bring this one. Wait, how's that fair? I guess our Digimon are big enough. Seraphimon and Phoenixmon should be able to lug that big guy across. Alright guys, sighs of relief. We get there. Even though I've played this game before, I forget all this shit, man. It all comes back to me now, but fuck me. Looks like Suzuki's here. He's chilling. We've got a OMEGAMON Order B or whatever the fuck. He's in his little Dragon Ball Z capsule at the back there. Where am I? So Suzuki's waking up here. Hopefully he doesn't trip out this time when he sees Mamio. What are you doing calling him that? He's my homeroom teacher, says Shoma. Wait a minute. What? So earlier on in the series, there was a moment in which Mamio did say Shoma. No, it couldn't be. And then we never saw any more developments about that. So there was a connection between the two. And just there a second ago, obviously, there was a connection where Shoma flips out. Apparently, Shoma is angry at Mamio. Hopefully, we're going to find out why. No, wait, what? Mr. Mamio's a real teacher? I teach Japanese at his school. Mamio taught the bad guy? Oh, let's jump into the wrong conclusions as always. I've been impolite this whole time, but he's not in my school, so I should be fine, right? So because Mamio's a teacher, I guess these guys want to be talking to him like he's a sir or whatever. You may want to be more polite around your elders, regardless of whether they're your teacher or not. No way does Mamio look old enough. I guess it has been many, many years since Digimon World 1, so yes, I suppose I'd be better. Enough wasting time, we need to begin the reincarnation. So Taomon pulls all the happiness out of the moment, as he fucking always does, the miserable bastard. That's right, reincarnation starts now. Jijimon's waving his stick like he's about to have some sort of drug-infused party. No, he's not going to just hit the button, is he? He just hit the button. These guys have been hard at work back in Floatia. Look at this mad contraption, what on earth? They're just going to fire him into space, apparently. See you later, mate. It's been a blast. Tell us how Mars is, send us a postcard. Obviously, that's not what's happening, Jack. Instead, we're going to sprinkle... sprinkle magical... I was going to say drugs again, but we just... Anyways, Shoma. What's starting? We're using this whole town to purify and renew the digital world by taking it apart and putting it back together again. Just like a jigsaw. Taking it apart, putting it back together and making it anew? It's our plan to wipe out the BH program you were spreading. So, way to make the situation awkward, Hamari. At this point, you can kind of see that Shoma's kind of... He's settling down a bit. He's relaxing. He's stopped all this, you know, really charismatic, evil, villainous persona. And he's kind of toning down back to this kind of quiet... He doesn't really know what he is. He's just waking up. He's recovering. But he's a lot more mellow. And Hamari, as always, is just in there shoving the fucking details in his face. Like, remember when you tried to kill us, Shoma? Remember when you tried to blow up the fucking planet, Shoma? Anyways, will that be effective on anything and everything that's made of digital data? This is just to clean up the BH program, so it only targets things that were infected. But I suppose if we tried, we could use it on every single thing in this world. Yeah, don't... Like, okay, so I know where this is going, Jijimon. Normally you want us to do things like that, but it's not fucking happening this time, man. Would you do this for me now? Would you disassemble me? I don't need to be reassembled. So the music cuts out. We get a somber moment here. Shoma's basically asking us to, like, disassemble him and then not bring him back together. Obviously, we're trying to cleanse all of the BH program from the world. But Shoma doesn't want to come back. You're asking us to delete you from this world altogether? I've done so many terrible things. I deserve this punishment. It's good you're remorseful, but this is kind of scary. I mean, I kind of agree with Hamani for the first time. I think the weight of his crimes hit him when he was freed from the curse. So obviously he was a bit infused. Shoma here. The lingering hatred of a man I've defeated. After the final battle in the singular zone, I saw him leave Suzuki's body. So, obviously when Shoma flipped out a second ago with Mamio, it wasn't because Mamio was his teacher, it was because there was still this curse of Analog Man, I guess, from the remnants of Digimon World 1. Apparently, his curse, his virus that he left at the end of the first game, way back in PS1, would you believe? Obviously, Analog Man, there was traces of him in. He kind of recognised Mamio. There was that clash there where he flipped out, and that's why Suzuki went a bit crazy. And now Mamio's explaining this to everyone. The lingering hatred, yeah, we just said all that. This boy is the victim of that curse, you say. So, here, we can kind of see that Shoma wasn't really acting entirely of his own accord and his own volition. There was a bit of Analog Man inside him, and it was kind of driving him, the driving force, the curse that was pushing him to do all these kind of dark things. I saw it at the singular zone myself, felt the curse and gave my body up to it. It was all me. Everything is my fault, Lush. I've done such awful things to you. Surely you despise me. I want to smack you, but I won't. When I looked at Shoma, I remembered something. Your memories came back, says Hamari? Yeah, I used to be a Digimon. I had a kind of partner, and I was the happiest Digimon ever. So Lush, she's finally coming back to her senses. She's gaining a bit of her memory back, and apparently she used to be a Digimon. That would explain why her DNA was so much like a Digimon's. Apparently she was the happiest one ever. But then something went pop, and then for a long time, I was in the dark place. Seems kind of grim if you ask me. I was all alone, I was cold, I was lonely and real scared. Alright. This is part of our story, but we'll trundle through it and see how it goes. So you met Suzuki in the singular zone. The tales of Digimon who lose their partners ending up in the singular zone were true. But the singular zone's huge. To be called by a human who accessed it by chance actually meet them are miraculous. So that's where Lush actually encountered Shoma. There was no miracle, it might even have been inevitable. How do you mean? Tamers and partners are drawn together, just as you and your partners were, and Kota and Hamari and their partners. So right at the start of the game when we popped in and we encountered Metal Garurumon and BlackWarGreymon, that's where we encountered our partners in the singular zone.
Just as you and your partners were in Kota and Hamare, no matter how much time passes, the ties between them continue to bind. They can never be severed. Wait, you're saying that Lush and Suzuki were that way too? Yeah. Could Suzuki have been unaware that Lush used to be his partner? So, there you have it, guys. Lush did actually mention that she was a happy Digimon, and then she was in the Singular Zone when she was in the Dark Place. She lost her partner, as the guys were saying, and now it looks like Shoma actually might actually be Lush's Digimon Tamer. As weird as that is. Actually, why would you discard your partner like that in the first place? Back in that tournament, I lost to Wolfie. So, more loose ends getting tied up here. Earlier on in the series, we were told that we were in a tournament. That's how we know Hamare and Kota, right? And there was a fourth contestant. That obviously was Shoma, and apparently we beat him. You mean back in 5th grade? Didn't you win that time? No, I lost. I saw Hirose and Wolfie in the semi-finals, and I realised I couldn't win. So I cheated. I modded my partner's data. I did win the battle, but I lost before it began, really. I came out on top, but with an awful feeling in my chest. So apparently we lost that tournament back in the day, but it was only because Shoma cheated. I meant to do it over. Once my partner revived, I'd win fair and square, I thought, but my partner never revived. So back in 5th grade, he fucked up Lush a little bit, gave her some sort of dirty cheat codes, won the tournament, but then Lush never came back. Kind of messed up. I think it was because I modded the data. I discarded my partner and started raising a new Digi-Egg. I wanted the ultimate Digimon. I gathered all kinds of info. And then one day just before summer vacation, I discovered the Singular Zone. Convenient timing. Right around when you stopped coming to school. I mean, surely we would have stopped coming to school because of summer vacation, right? No? Is that just me? The Singular Zone was full of unknowns. Ruins of Digimon I'd never seen. Huge clouds of mysterious data. In them, I found data fragments glowing with an odd light. In the light, I saw the potential for an ultimate Digimon. I suppose that must have been the curse, so Taomon pitching in here. It's clear to me now that this was foolish I was, or how foolish I was, but in the moment I was overjoyed and I reached out to touch the light. So we are really getting, I guess for the hardcore Digimon fans, you really get to get a glimpse of all the kind of nits and bits and the details and everything pieced together. It's good in a way, because it's an RPG, it's good that the characters get flushed out this much. So I really shouldn't be bashing on the fact that we're getting all this dialogue. So if you're really into that kind of stuff, I should be giving that a bit more respect. So I apologise. But for me, we're going to just keep clicking through this. I know it's getting a bit long-winded, guys, but we're almost at the end. Bear with me. I made the BH program based on the curse, made the network gaps, destroyed the meddling enforcer, formed the AR plan. I remade Lush using the ruined data, and I found in the Singular Zone, and I used her. There were plenty of bad stuff, but I was happy I got to meet you all. So I'll let you off with no smacks this time. Shut it already. Thank God. I'm glad somebody said it. Hamare. Lush says she forgives you. Say sorry and thank you first before you all go all wishy-washy. Yeah, I'm sorry. And thank you, says Shoma. Lush had it worst of all from you, so if she's willing to forgive you, I guess I can't be mad anymore, says Kota. What about you, Wolfie? We've got two choices. Let's forgive him. No way. I don't know, guys. He seems like a bit of an asshole. What if this is all just an act? What if he's all just playing up to us, trying to fucking toggle on our heartstrings to try and get back in our good books? He doesn't want to fight fucking McDuff and McRuff again. I think we'll have to forgive him though, right? If it really was Analog Man behind all this bullshit and Shoma didn't really know what he was getting into, we'll let him off the hook this time. Time for me to take the responsibility as homeroom teacher. I know I may seem unreliable, but leave him to me, Mr. Mamio. What do we do, Taomon? All we can do is drift along. I don't like it, but I suppose it's part of the flow of life. There you have it, Shoma Suzuki. Though of course we don't speak for the whole digital world, you know. I imagine a good number of folks won't be forgiven. So Jijimon's kind of like the voice of the law here. He's like, yeah, dude, we can forgive you, but there's a lot of people who won't. So think very carefully about how you're going to handle that. I will. So everything's finally settled. Miri is back to playing Guild Wars. Same so, I can't confirm that the network is receiving from its outages. It's a gamble. Whether things will work out with OMEGAMON Alt or B, but at least the reincarnation is a success. So, that said, it'll take a good long time before the digital world is completely reborn, meaning we won't be able to see it through ourselves. Think so. Honestly, I'm ready to get back to the real world as soon as I possibly can. Hamare's not showered in like fucking a month. She's desperate to get back. She's got her sisters waiting on her. Kota's not got any friends, but I mean, he could probably go back. He's probably got a cat or something that he looks after. I'm not sure. So it's goodbye, says Lush. Once the reincarnation project is complete, you'll be able to summon everyone again, you know. So before everybody gets a bit wishy-washy, as they described it a minute ago, as Hamare said, it looks like we will actually be able to return here. So see you again, right? You bet. I'm definitely coming back here once things calm down. Why don't you make it official? Let's promise that we'll meet in the digital world again. Sure. Sure, Kota.
Alright, so we put our hands in the middle, shout TSM, smack the air, and yeah, looks like we'll be coming back to the digital world. We kind of expected that based on all the other games and based on our knowledge of the series as a whole, but hey, what are you doing here? Get over here already. Just join in. I have a feeling there's a lot you can learn from this bunch, says Mamio. Seriously? Learn from Kota? Yeah, dude, Hamari's throwing the shade there, Hamari. That's she's even got this real puzzled look on her face. She's like, learn from Kota? Is that even possible? Sure, I could teach you how to make friends laugh or something. Even Kota doesn't know. Sure you can. Yes, please teach me that. Shoma, super serious. He's actually serious. Here goes. We'll promise that when the digital world is reborn, we'll meet here again. There we go. Boom. Don't know what's going on with Shoma's pinky there, but whatever. Looks like things are wrapping up. Shall we go? Sure thing, matey. Let's hit the road. Alright. Cutscene time. Are we getting to go back home? Let's see. Wait a minute. Was it that easy? Thank you, Wolfie. And the YouTube crew. I mean it. Amani and Kota, you guys were alright as well? Most of the time. When you get back, we're having a real feast. You have my deep gratitude as well. Shut up, Taomon. Go on, buy some Lynx Africa or something. Scrub those pits. I'm sure Wolfie worked the hardest. Yeah, fucking damn right we did. Come on, let's not be tough on each other. There we go. So we get a bit of camaraderie there. Always nice. Nice little touch on the end of the game. Kota says goodbye to Gallimon. Ikimura. Keep it real, boss. Look after the Shay. Rika and McDuff wait for us. Cool. Oh, here's Lish. I feel like she should be talking to Shoma, but Shoma's already fucked off through the portal. There we go! We do have a voice! Silent protagonist speaks at last. He says, thanks for everything. I can't wait to see you guys again. Yeah, son! Feels hella good, man. Alright. Awesome sauce. Credits. Oh my god, guys, I just got shivers. Feels good! So we get there in the end. Oh, what a journey. Now, obviously, guys, before we get into this too much, I have got some things that I want to talk to you guys about, as always. And obviously, if you guys are done with Digimon Next Order at this point, and you've been waiting for this moment, then I'm not gonna hate you guys if you want to peace out now, right? Because this series has been a long road, and it feels good to get here at last. But before we get too much into it, I should actually point out the fact that we are obviously not done, guys. This will be our final episode in the series, our official. That'll be the series completed because we've finished our main story. But obviously there is still so much to do in this game. There is bonus content, there is a ton of extra post-games quests, there are city residents to recruit. So much shit going on. So we will be back and we will be doing the other things left in this game. I will title those episodes specifically as bonus episodes, and although based on how much work we still have left to do, there might be a ton of bonus episodes. I'm not sure at this point. I'm not going to even make an estimate or a guess, because honestly I could get that completely wrong. I could tell you guys that we're going to do like 5 bonus episodes and then we end up doing 15. Again, not a clue. We're just going to do as many as we need to basically, and do as many as we want. Now, I don't know how soon I am going to jump directly into those bonus episodes. Because the series has been recorded in advance at this point, there might be a seamless transition where this episode finishes and then tomorrow there is a bonus episode. But I can't be sure of that right now because I'm still editing. You guys are like 10-15 episodes back at this point. I don't know how much of a break I'm going to need. This finale is going to need edited. The training montage is going to need edited. And also the little gift that I'm going to give you guys in a minute also needs to be edited. So I also wanted to quickly mention that just as we wrap up our credit scene here, I don't know if this is what this is going to do, if it's going to put us back to the main story or whatever, but yeah. Though I also wanted to quickly say that because I recorded a lot in advance, I didn't get to... yeah, here we go. Are we back to our main menu? Okay, cool, perfect. So because I recorded so many episodes in advance, it meant that I had recorded a bunch. I would sit down and I would record tons of episodes in a row, and I wouldn't actually go back and reflect on the series as a whole. So there was a couple of times where some of our episodes had really bad audio and things like that. It only happened in a handful of episodes, but still, that's too many for my liking. I like when our audio is clear. I like when our quality is good. It's just one of these perfectionist things that I have. But anyway, that's kind of that topic. Hopefully the next time we do a Let's Play, I will be aware of these things. I will from now on always check my microphone before I start recording to make sure that everything is in tip-top condition, and we will avoid all those bumps and bangs and noisy background shit in the future. But anyways, let's move on. Apparently the evolution of OMEGAMON's World D has been unlocked to us, which is very, very cool. We'll do a little tiny bit more chit-chatting right at the end, guys, but first of all we need to get through some of this. Wake up, it's time. Could this be us coming back? Okay, in spite of the mysterious outages, 3 major telecoms have announced that everything is back to normal. So we've got a bit of news background feed here. Investigation into the cause continues. Obviously, all of the nonsense that we just encountered was because of Shoma and his nonsense. I forgot all about this. What's up? Uh-oh. And we're like, is he a goodie now? Smile, please smile. Oh god, that's creepy, dude. I miss you, buddy. Lucius here. Oh god. Headbutts us into the ground. Cool, man. I forgot all about that. We got a really, really nice little animation there. A little cutscene where obviously this is us returning to Nightplanes. Here's the gang back together again. Alright, let's do this and then we'll wrap things up very, very quickly at the end, guys. And yeah, we'll be on our way. I promise we're coming up for the end. And yeah, let's just go through this. Prep ourselves for the start of our bonus episodes, and then we can have a quick reflective chat in just a second. I know I've ranted a lot already. I've only got a couple more things to say, so just bear with me. Jijimon said it would take a while, but I didn't think it would happen before summer vacation. We pinky swore that we'd meet again. That was so embarrassing. Yeah, okay, Kota, as if you don't pinky swear everything with your mum every single night. The digital world and the real world, time doesn't move at the same speed. That's it. I was totally surprised when I returned home to the real world. I thought my sisters would be dead. I thought my sisters would be totally worried. But when I got home, it was like nothing had happened. I was so relieved. I couldn't help myself. I just ran up and hugged them tight. Hamari, just because they didn't react to you coming back doesn't mean that you weren't actually missing for months. You were probably AFK in the house for like 3 months, and they just didn't acknowledge you because they hate you. Did you think about that? I'm only kidding. There I was bawling my eyes out while they patted me on the head. That's so sweet. You've got great sisters, says Shoma. Oh god, keep Shoma away from your sisters though. That could be a bad encounter. Okay then, race you to Digimon's house. I'll beat you. Alright. Are we going to actually have to wander to Digimon's house? I'm not sure. Here's my new partner. And their name is Noir. Or OMEGAMON's World D. So OMEGAMON's World D chilling in the background there. Once reincarnation is finished, I took OMEGAMON Letter B as my partner after he was reborn as an egg. I won't waste any more time on explanations. We shouldn't make everyone wait. Let's go to Floatia. I think we might actually have to walk to Floatia, so that's something that we could do on the way there. Yeah, we're getting turfed back at the bottom of Nightplanes. We're almost done, guys. We're just going to walk back and wrap this shit up really, really quick. So in terms of our post-game stuff, what we actually have to do is we have a couple of quests for Shoma. Obviously, there is a ton of new Digimon now that we've completed the main quest available to us in the world, waiting to be recruited. We have the Holy Knights will start appearing everywhere, so if you guys are familiar with Digimon trivia, Gallantmon, Examon, all those guys, Alphamon, those dudes are all going to appear in different parts of the map. They weren't there before. And also the 7 Deadly Sins Digimon are there as well, so like Lilithmon, Belphimon, all those guys, they're all here as well. And so that's to do with like our post-game stuff. Now on top of that, we also have to speak to Shoma and Mamio, because I think they have kind of baby quests for us that will take us back into Infinite Cauldron, and we'll have to challenge other Digimon in there. But yeah, we can kind of talk to them about that and prepare for those kind of things. Those are the kind of quests that we would be doing first. But anyways, here we are back in Jijimon's house. Everyone's here again. You're late, Wolfie. Long time no see. Yeah, it's only been 2 minutes, guys. Don't swear it too much. Let me add my thanks as well. The reincarnation that you all made possible restored the world to its correct state. Embarrassing us. Okay, we're saviors. What's wrong, Shoma or Suzuki? I keep wondering if I should be here. Oh, this again, says Mamio.
But to make up for it, you took out the Enforcer as your partner. You saved those Digimon who were unable to purge the BH program with reincarnation. So it looks like in our absence, Shoma has actually been behaving himself. That's right, your honesty in trying to make up for your mistakes is really an impression. You will be forgiven someday. At the very least, everyone here has forgiven you. So even if the world hates you, give it time. You'll be alright, Shoma. Just leave it at that. The party is set to go. Let's celebrate tonight. So I've heard that the sirloins are going to be cooking on the barbecue and all that good stuff, yeah? Am I right? We'll have lots of fun today, Rika. Party time. Alright, nice. We even do a... Oh yeah, it's party time, but really we're thinking God. Dude, it sounds like one hell of a party. You know for a fact that Taomon went and dug up his stash that we buried in the High Plains, right? Wolfie, I need to talk to you. I'll be waiting outside. Ideal. So guys, I think with that we are a donezo. So we come back to the world, the beginning of our post game. Shoma's going to be here. We're going to have to talk to him immediately. Oh, for fuck's sake. We're almost done. Shoma's here. I'm sorry I called you out here while everyone was celebrating, but I need to tell you this quickly. You see, the Digiworld is facing a new threat. Interesting. When the reincarnation was starting, Mirai and I closed the gate that leads to the singular zone. When we did that, some corrupted data was floating around in the zone and seeped into this world. Fuck me, man. And just when I think that we're finished, more shit needs to be done. We've just been enjoying our party, and even now we're getting lumped with the work. That is what it is. We're kind of used to it at this point. Mirai went after what passed through the filters to obscure. She found out that it was a little Digimon. As you know, there's a lot of corrupted data floating around the singular zone. That's why I followed the Digimon using information, blah blah blah. It's very bright. I talked over with Mr. Mami on Jijimon. It seemed like we almost fought a way to capture it. Blah blah blah. We can deal with this later on, guys, in the next part. In all honesty, in our first bonus episode, we're going to say no problem with this question. Obviously, we're being asked to be helping out. Thank you. Arigato. It will probably be a rough fight. Oh, dude, I hope it is. I only do rough fights at this point. Cool. Do we have control? Hang on, Wolfie. Powering through, focus. If there are still Digimon infected with the BH program, could you purge them with this new antivirus? You bet. Okay, Shoma, can you leave us alone now, buddy? Oh, ideal. Okay, now do we have control? Jijimon. So he's going to tell us all about our Digimon that we've recruited. Lady Devimon, Advanced Item Shop. Sakuyamon, Advanced Item Shop. McDuff, Hospital, makes sense. AquaMon is back. He went to the Agricultural District, also makes sense. Devimon has came back. He's in the Dimension District, whatever the fuck that is. Megadramon's here. He went to the lab. Okay. The city's prosperity is now 123, 123. It's actually a real city now. Materials have collected, and we have some Digimail as well. Now, I can finally get a chance to talk to you guys that we have control once again. We've pretty much said everything I have wanted to say, guys. I'm wrapping things up. I'm just going to quickly peek and say, yeah, in the future, I don't know what we're going to be doing. So for the foreseeable future, we will be doing our post-game stuff. Obviously, I've mentioned that already. Don't need to talk about that again. After that is finished, I'm not sure what is going to be happening here on the channel. As always, I may end up taking one of these kind of long-winded breaks that I tend to do, which normally I don't like doing, but, you know, honestly, it's just better for my YouTube content as a whole. To wrap things up, that is pretty much me. You'll be pleased to know we are at the end of our episode. It was a whopping finale, so I'm going to try and cut some of that down, try and make it a little bit shorter. But anyways, I just wanted to say a massive thank you, guys. Really from the bottom of my heart on all the episodes. You guys have been very supportive in your comments. You guys have been amazing in retweeting me and following me on Twitter and all that stuff. Anything to do with the Let's Play, you guys have been phenomenal. You are very encouraging. I myself don't often leave comments on YouTubers that I like, so I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to do it for me. It makes a big deal, and I really do appreciate it. It's really good. Thank you so much. I'm going to shut up now. I do have one last thing for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to leave it with you just now. You guys take care of yourselves until the next time we hang out and do some more Let's Play YouTube shenanigans. I hope you take care. Obviously, we'll be back very soon with our post-game stuff. But regardless, look after yourselves. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great whatever.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought that I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going live. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.